Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
As the biggest film industry in the world, don't you think that we should have an independent movie award that is credible, if not more credible than the Oscars? If yes, how optimistic are you that such an award will come into being? Because there's so much talk about how all the awards are, well, for the lack of a better word, rigged. Shadi, let's begin with you and then move to.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we should have, but I think it depends how the jury is. I think everything is boils down to the jury, and the IQ of jury too.
And also how free the jury is.
Yeah, so it's constituting an award is not a problem. I think the that jury, how aware of cinema they are, how open they are. I think that's important. The acceptability also. Lots of jury are closed, in terms of their headspace, that what they've seen and believe that is it. So I think it depends on that, But yes, of course, what he said is right. We should have. Why not?
See, I'm relatively very young in the industry to kind of have a very wise, a response to this question. But in my limited knowledge, I would say that being a host to those award shows and been an audience to those award shows and everything, I would say that somewhere if we can somehow crack through the vicious circle of packaging the award shows in a certain way, क्योंकि when I'm hosting it तब ये होता है कि अरे यार audience को तो ये देखना पसंद है TV पे, तो let's package it in that way. In terms of my journey as an actor in the industry, since my first release in 2014, I think the journey started with me getting selected. In the first half, I would say कि I was getting selected on the basis of screen tests. Then I kind of थोड़ा सा promotion हुआ, and then I could. I was not asked for screen tests, and then it would just be a meeting, and then if we are matching, if we are coming onto the same frequency, then we would collaborate and all. So I mean, of course, with every film, more and more significant doors have started to open up, and it's been a journey which I can say that I've climbed like each step of the ladder, which I feel very grateful of. In terms of films, of course, it's a deliberate quest that I take up films and characters which are different from each other. The world is slightly different from each other, so that I remain stimulated as an artist to explore myself as an actor in every process. The beautiful part about this is that you, in each film, in each story, for each character, you have to completely surrender to the vision of the director. It is a director's medium. So in that, what I started to notice is that I am probably getting the chance to evolve as an individual, where my horizons of understanding are getting stretched with every film, with every, because I'm getting to play different perceptions all the time, because no matter what I believe as Vicky Kaushal, once I sign up to play that character, I need to believe in his or her point of view, his point of view, correct? So in that, I sometimes get to know that, okay, there's another side to the coin, there's another side to this. So, and that for me is a very, it's an evolving process in the most beautiful way.
So this one, Sardar Udham was the one which I have not seen, but yes, it affected me quite deeply when first I visited Jallianwala Bagh, and when you go there, if you're really, if you're sensitive enough, it will, make you numb. And then I don't know what happened, and since that first visit in 1999, I kept on visiting. And I kept on. I couldn't get over it, and then I started thinking about it, working about it. Then it attracted me somehow, So I could not avoid it from my system. That what happened, and when you see and stand in front of the wall. So in one of the, just quickly, in one of the event, I know it was the 13th April, again the Baisakhi event. So they celebrate, So it may be 2000 or 2001. I'm just forgetting, but. So I went on that day, and on that day, it's a Baisakhi day. All through the day, something goes on there. At that time, it was not that elaborate function and all, but just some people will come and pray. So I was sitting at one corner on the wall, and I saw that few people, youngsters, were getting there very old, absolutely, maybe 90 or 95-year-old. They were coming here, somewhere coming in a wheelchair. So they couldn't speak, somewhere really not well, also healthy. They would go to one corner on the wall and they're sitting there possibly. So then they asked them, will you get up? One of them was crying there on the wall. So then I could figure out, I started, inquiring. I could figure out that they must be some of the possible survivors or must be associated with the family or somebody. So that has a very deep effect in me. I was really also personally also in tears seeing that, that kind of families coming there. And that's how the germination of this, I'll make a film or not, I didn't know it.
Actually, with this film and this character, there's a lot of folklore, mythology about Sardar Udham, the character. And as Sweeta had mentioned, there isn't too much of things which are there. A lot of research material we found out was from the day he assassinated till the day he was hanged. When he was in the prison, the letters he had written. But the thing is, being a history buff, what we planned was, this is what he had done. And what I read throughout was that he avenged the killing of Jallianwala Bagh, which he did, but he was not a assassin on hire. He was a way bigger revolutionary, which people don't know, because he is someone who traveled. He went to US, he worked in Africa, and then he traveled all over Europe. He came to, and one of the most important things was he had seen discrimination in all these continents. That's where his worldview came across. So that is what we want to show to our audience, that he was not just an assassin. He was a way bigger revolutionary. People talk about Che Guevara and his travels, which made him the man he was. I think this is a guy in 1930s, 20s, who traveled to Africa, who traveled to US, who traveled to Germany, Italy, UK, and he got that. So I think this is what we wanted to bring out with our film. Thinking that I'm sure when he traveled, he saw all these things.
Tell me something, it's a trick question. Do people pay for film reviews? Do people have to pay for film reviews these days?
The films I do are normally, most of them are, some are liked, most of them are not liked. So I'm used to it. So I'm quite used to it. I don't know. I mean, we have not done that practice at all. So we don't know what goes on in the industry, because most importantly, me and Ronnie both don't live there. So we mostly, I live in Kolkata, he lives in Goa. So we just go and work, make the film and release and move out. So I don't know.
Me? I have no clue how this works. I join the party too late and get out of the party too early. I have really no clue how this works.
I think we're too small a fish for anyone to approach us also in case something like that happens. Firstly, we come out with one film once in 2 years, and we don't come out with these big blockbuster kind of films. We make our kind of films, which has their own kind of critics who don't like and some like. And as he said, we just come to Bombay, we make our films and disappear. We don't even live there to socialize or anything. So from my point of view, I've never indulged in anything of that sort.
Akshay, he's a student who says, why is there this pattern of biopics in the industry? Is the film industry running out of ideas now?
Good question, Akshat. Somebody told me that there's a surge of biopics in the film industry. Are you also? This is also. I said, I'm not in that surge. I mean, it was there for me, with me, and I wanted to make this. I also wanted to make a film on Shahid Bhagat Singh, but then at that time also there was a surge of 2-3 films coming together. Running out of ideas, our Hindi film industry, there's been for quite some time, not now. So, since the golden period is gone from the Mrinal Sen or the Satyajit Rays or Shyam Benegal, since then there has been a dearth of ideas. And repeating of ideas has been there. So I think Hindi film industry really needs to evolve. And it's because I think the golden period is gone. Some of the best of the cinema is all over. We are at the periphery trying to do something, in terms of the storytelling. I think some of the best cinema, even if you release Shyam Benegal, Mrinal Sen, Tapan Sinha, Sai Paranchpai, Govind Nilani, all their film, I don't think today's generation has seen Do Biga Zameen. It is as contemporary, as relevant today. So, yeah, I mean, it's we need to really evolve and have some strong storytelling.
So why do you say golden era is over? You don't believe that a new golden you don't believe a new golden era can come?
Yes, it can, but I think we have not seen that kind of surge of some really some beautiful, brilliant poetry, in terms of cinema. We somehow have gone into mass production, and also you can say a mad rush.